everybody. Good morning. How are you? Or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, because we're all in different time zones. So, I've got a lot of work to catch up on as far as YouTube and stuff off of YouTube. A lot of things have happened. Chantal did a live stream, and then she did another live stream. So, I'm a little bit behind, but I'm going to do my best to catch up. Those of you coming here watching my reacts today, little word of warning. For those of you that don't really like the longer reacts, they're going to be of a longer variety today. I'm not going to be reacting to every single minute of both live streams. There's going to be a lot of jumping around because Chantal spends a lot of time in her live streams talking about food and who cares. But before we get into that, there's something that I would like to discuss with all of you. And it's something that will probably upset you because it has upset me. So I was multitasking. I was just spending a little bit of time playing Stardew Valley, as I do. And I had Frenchie's live stream on at the same time on another monitor, just listening to her. She was reacting to Chantal's latest live streams. And she mentioned something that I just could not believe. I immediately just stopped the game and said, what? So Yo Mama did a live stream where he played the Pumped Up Kick song. He was dancing around to it. He called it a girl world classic. Frenchie also said that people in his chat were telling him not to do it, to just stop doing it, and he wasn't listening. But he called the Pumped Up Kicks thing a girl world classic. And I've also heard that that live stream happened on the 2-year anniversary of the incident in question. What makes it even more heinous is the fact that he is a father. He has children. So he was making light of a very serious, upsetting, awful tragedy. And he's a father. It just absolutely blew my mind. My mind is still blown. The incident, the tragedy that happened, it was senseless. It was horrific for the parents who lost their little ones, their children that they brought into the world and they'll never see again. They'll forever be hurting and grieving over that. Of all the things to spotlight about Chantal, why that stream? Why that one? It's not a girl world classic. It isn't. It was Chantal that night playing that song, making light of something that she had no business making light of. Doing it to get people angry, it worked. Doing it to get people upset, it worked. On top of her doing that stream, I also very clearly remember that Chantal, on her community post, on top of, in a sense, making fun of everything that happened and trying to act as if she cared, I do remember Chantal posting a blown up picture of one of the grieving mothers breaking down and crying. Imagine that, putting a blown up huge picture of one of the grieving mothers that just lost their child on her community post and keeping it there. A person who has lost their child is not giving their consent for their image to be shown, especially in that way. How could anyone make light or parody or satire of a horrible tragedy like that, I will never understand. I know that Foodie is very close to Yo Mama. Maybe they're working together. Maybe this is all about, let's create a whole bunch of outrage with Girl World to get those views up. It's the end of the month and Chantal needs money. Of all the things to do, doing that. I remember the stream when Chantal played the Pumped Up Kick song. She was very, very drunk. Very, very drunk. So drunk she was out of her mind. She was calling Natter nonstop. Imagine somebody who claims to be a SADV victim calling up the person they alleged has hurt them, calling them up in a friendly way. I also remember that stream that she pushed herself onto Pete's and she forced a kiss on him. That was a horrible stream. That was not something funny or lighthearted. It was horrible all the way around. Yo Mama, why did you do that, sir? Why did you decide to do that on the anniversary of that horrible incident? How could you do that as a human being, as a father? How could you do that? Like, what are you thinking? That's horrible, sir. Horrible. Maybe you're looking for extra views. I don't know what you're looking for. You're looking for attention. All you did was paint yourself in a really horrible, horrible light. Chantal shouldn't have played the Pump Up Kick song on her channel. It is just mocking a tragedy. Mocking. I sincerely hope that nothing bad ever happens to your children. I'm sure that if something did, not that I'm wishing anything to happen to them, children are blessed things. They are gifts from God. But if something bad happened to your child and then somebody made light of it, how would you feel as a person and as a parent? Just think on that. Think hard. Is it right to mock a tragedy and the grief of so many people that have lost their little ones? So I'm sorry to start out this react video talking about this. This is something I don't normally do. You guys know that, but Frenchie showed the moment with Yo Mama on her live stream, which is still ongoing. And for those who might be curious about that moment, maybe Yo Mama might get rid of it off of his channel. But if you want to go to Frenchie's channel, her newest live stream, which is still ongoing, and if you want the exact timestamp of her showing that moment with Yo Mama, I'll give you the timestamp: 2 hours, 22 minutes, 40 seconds. Like, I don't know if Yo Mama's going to get rid of off of his channel once he gets a bunch of backlash, but I'm sure Frenchie will keep it on hers. So I'm just showing you the receipts. You know, because receipts are very helpful when you talk about something and then people want to see it for themselves. Anyway, so I just want to get that off my chest before we get into the Chantal stuff, because I heard about that. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And then Frenchie showed it. I'm like, wow, this actually happened. So just want to clear the air on all the serious stuff. This has still got me upset. Oh my God. Like, why? Just for views and subs and engagement and money. I mean, highlighting a horrible tragedy. What is wrong with some people? Anyway. So we're going to move away from that for a minute, and we're going to get into Chantal's live stream that she did last night. I actually reacted to this last night, but it was dark, and I'm like, you know what? I need to scrap it. I need to scrap that react. I want to do it over. executive decision here. I want to do it over because I want to do it from a place of more calm versus more angry. When you think and act from an emotional place, there's not as much reason and sense. I was getting very emotional with Chantal. Spicy Rose was out. And that's exactly what she wants. She wants to get people so angry that they react to her more. They give her more press. She sees the reaction channels going to other people. That's got her extremely nervous. She knows that the less reactors reacting to her, the worse things are going to get. So I watched the live stream last night. I reacted to it. And then I was thinking about it this morning while drinking my coffee. And I'm like, hold on. Let's think this through. Why am I getting so angry? I really thought about that. Am I angry because Chantal's lying, which is something she normally does? She's a liar. We all know that. Number one rule, Chantal lies. Is it that? Yeah, it's kind of partially that, but I think I'm more angry about the misinformation and the dangers that come from spreading misinformation and how it could potentially affect countless other people. Like spreading misinformation about diabetes and caring for diabetes and what you should eat for diabetes, and misinformation about BED, misinformation about high blood pressure, high blood sugar, misinformation about a lot of things. And I got especially angry last night. I snapped because she kept using the word detox. She kept claiming that as someone with a severe food issue, that she went 4 days without eating the fatty foods, and suddenly she's cured of her BED. She was putting off that vibe of, oh, I'm fine now. I don't have BED anymore. I'm not a food addict anymore. Yeah, I snapped on that. I snapped on the lies about that. And I snapped on the fact that food issues have nothing to do with your stomach. A lot of it is up here. Like your stomach, it doesn't tell you what to do. Your mind does. I got really triggered because she's using the word detox as an active addict. An active one can't really use that word. You haven't detoxed from anything. Going without food is not detoxing. It's just you got sick, something happened, you couldn't eat for a few days. But using that language as an active addict, that really ticked me off. So today I want to redo the react. We're not going to react to all of her live stream, part of it, because it went on for over 2 hours. This person who claimed she was very, very sick, like, talking about all of her health issues. She's fine for a 2-hour live stream to talk for 2 hours. Interesting. So yeah, we're going to get into it. And we got a lot of Twitter stuff to go over. So I'm trying to calm down after hearing that stuff about Yo Mama. Like, dude, why? Putting my mind in a good place. I want to talk from a place of calm so I can talk with more sense than emotion. This is going to be a longer react. You can watch as much as you like or as little as you like. We're going to go over the Twitter stuff, of which there's a lot, and then we're going to get into the live stream itself. And I will warn you, Chantal's lying all the way through. Lying is what she does, but also she's lying with a purpose, an absolute purpose, to create outrage, to get people angry, to get people upset. Because she wants the engagement. She wants those hate super chats again. She used to get a whole lot back in her heyday. She would say things, do things to get people upset, and she would count on people getting so angry, they would send her the hate super chats. She used to make a lot of money that way. Not anymore. Even with all the lying that she did throughout this live stream, I went to Playboard. What did she make in super chats for that live stream? Which, by the way, for a 100K channel, she only had 550 viewers at any given time, which is really bad for a 100K channel. People weren't really throwing money at her. Maybe that made her angry too. She thought maybe by staying off camera for a while, not doing live streams for a while, people would be so happy to see her that they would just throw the money. It didn't happen. It really didn't happen. Pathetic attempt by a pathetic person. Anyway, I'm talking, but let's get into the Twitter stuff, because there are some interesting tidbits here, including something. Let's talk about something good. Okay. I want to hear some good things to balance out the bad, the upsetting. All right. Okay. So for those of you that are on Twitter, X, and you want to join me on Twitter, it's Wild Girl Sarah. All right. Here's some good news, courtesy of Perfectly Imperfect. So Mr. Snowflake has released the next part in the docuseries on Foodie Beauty, episode 3. This episode has to do with her and Natter. Right now, it's not available for everybody. It's just for people who are members of his channel, but it'll drop for everybody tomorrow. So we've all been waiting to see the next episode. And for those of you that are Beezers, that you don't know a whole lot about the lore of Chantal, you weren't around during Crackhead Olympics, and you're going to have trouble finding information because Chantal's deleted a lot of stuff off her channel. I suggest watching Mr. Snowflake's docu-series. Start with the first one, make your way through to the third one, because there's a lot of things I'm sure that you don't know, and Chantal's not going to tell you. So I'll be looking forward to Mr. Snowflake's third episode when it drops tomorrow. I can't wait to see it. And I'm sure that's another reason why Chantal is upset, because she knows she's about to get exposed again. That all the dirt she's been trying to push under the rug is going to come right back out, which happens. You know, what comes around goes around. So there's that. Let's move on to something positive from Science Girl. Touching the clouds in Iceland. Can you guys just imagine being in Iceland and you're high up in the elevation and the clouds are just flying by you? What an experience. Hey, you know what? That would be a great location for some pictures. Can you imagine the pictures? Surrounded by all those clouds? It would be amazing. Okay, cats that heal your depression. So this person made, it looks like a cake with liquid center, and here comes the cat. Up. And the cat's going to spread the chocolate all over the house. Well, cat's doing cat things. Now, this looks fun from Internet Hall of Fame. So people playing bumper cars and then dressed up in cosplay as warriors. And they're like, come on, man, duel me. I'll run into you if you don't duel me. Mortal Kombat. This just looks like a blast. I mean, people having fun. People having silly fun. I'm all for this silly fun. It's great. Okay, what else we got here? Now, this is beautiful. From Fegan. Good relationships just don't just happen. They take time, patience, and two people who truly want to be together. I don't know this couple. I don't have to know this couple. They seem very much in love. They obviously they're very close. I think it's beautiful to see love at any age. The devotion, the loyalty. It's beautiful. It's great. Okay, Girl World Lurker says Chantal talked about how ridiculous it was to eat a whole serving dish of pot pie as a snack, as if somehow being sick rid her of her gluttony for good. She is miraculously cured from her BED and skinny all in 1 week. Yeah, okay. We're being set up, y'all. We are being gaslighted. You know, what she's doing is she's gaslighting, and she's also feeding a scrap of hope to the people that are her beezers, the ones who want her to get healthy, that are praying she gets healthy. She's giving them a scrap so they won't completely starve. That's what narcissists do. They will never completely feed you on hope. They will never give you a full plate. It's always little bits and pieces, scraps to keep you around just a little bit longer, hanging on, hoping, praying. So she was giving the beezers that are not into the food fetish a little bit of hope that maybe she's turning her life around this time. Beezers, those of you that are not food fetish people, let's do some real talk. Chantal does not care about her health. She does not. If you haven't noticed it by now, she doesn't care. Someone who is over 500 pounds with as many problems as she's got the money, time, resources, energy to fix herself. She hasn't fixed herself at all. If you're holding on to hope, if you're holding on to a prayer, she's going to get better. It's just not going to happen. It just isn't. Okay. It's not going to happen. Not at all. She's giving you guys a scrap of hope. Give her about 48 hours. She's going to do another mukbang and another and another and another. And then when you come at her and say, what's going on here? I thought you were committed to your health. You know what she's going to tell you? Shut up. I'll do what I want. I'm allowed to change my mind, because that's something she's done before too. We in girl world, we know all of her patterns, all of her traits, all of her characteristics. Remember, this is a woman that's been live streaming almost constantly for the last, 3 or 4 years. We got a good gist of who she is. She doesn't change at all. So if you're holding on to hope, best to put that hope somewhere else, because it's wasted on her. Offred says, so Foodie Beauty has cured her food problem. I can't wait to see her results. She should bottle it. Is this a clip? Oh, yes, it is. Hold on. Oh, wait, that's just a picture. I'm sorry. I thought it was a video clip. I apologize. Shenanigan says, Chantal can't help but try to be right. Angela says, UTI and a cold and you're cured. We aren't that stupid. And then Chantal, being the rude biatch she is, says, well, apparently you are just hard of hearing then, because I said I was on the mend and starting to feel better, not that I was healed. But according to you, you're mostly healed, and it didn't take that long at all. Okay. Now this is cool from Nature is Amazing, saying this is the best thing I've seen all day. So this is a little story. They cut down a tree. There was a baby raccoon. They decided to adopt the baby raccoon, and now it's a pet. Raccoons are very intelligent animals. They really are. They're really smart. You know, you got to be careful with some raccoons, but they raise the baby. Oh, look at the babies. Holly Go Happy says Foodie Beauty had 4 days of nausea and talking like she's not going to eat 6,000 calories a day as soon as she feels better. These girls are living an extra delusion this week. Yeah, like her and Amberlyn Reed. I don't know what's going on with these two idiots, but it's weird. They seem to have this competition now of who's the sickest girl in girl world. They're following each other's content. They're copying each other. It's like they're saying to each other, I'm the sickest girl in girl world, and I deserve all the attention. No, I'm sicker than you. What are you talking about? I'm sicker than you. I've got more things wrong with me than you. No, I am. No, I am. I mean, it feels like that, like two children arguing over ridiculous competition of who is the sickest one, who is the most unhealthy one. Hey, let me settle this back and forth for both of you morons. You're both unhealthy. You're both super morbidly obese. You both have a multitude of health problems. There's no winners here. You're both losers. And you're both stupid. Ridiculous contest between you and Amber, Chantal. Like, what's the prize exactly? Is it paneer? Is it poutine? Is it what? It was whoever becomes bedbound first? What is the prize in a contest like this? What are we talking about? Yup Yup said, so in my opinion, what actually happened is Foodie had a bad B moment that flared up her diabetes and made her sick. It gave her a little scare, so now she's taking her diabetes seriously. It wasn't an alleged infection because she keeps changing the kind she had. Yeah, she can't decide on what's wrong with her. It's a kidney infection, it's a bladder infection, it's a UTI. She doesn't have any idea what's wrong with her, which tells me she's not been to the doctor, because if she went to the doctor could tell her exactly what's wrong. She's over there self-diagnosing using Dr. Google, looking for like over-the-counter stuff to ease some of the pain, but not really treating the problem, per usual with Foodie. Yup Yup says it's at the 40-minute, 56-second mark where Foodie Beauty finally gives herself away. She admits it was a B moment that started all the illness drama, and that she's worried she was going into a diabetic coma. She also uses UTI, bladder, and kidney infection interchangeably, which suggests she's lying. Okay, so that's a timestamp to look out for. Okay, Tara Lee says, are you real, Foodie? You exploit yourself. The reaction channels exist because most of us would rather have a colonoscopy than give an animal blanker a single view. Okay, so here is the, Bad Seed says, Foodie Beauty, reactors on this platform do not exploit you. Do you even understand the definition of exploit? What we do is give our opinion from observing you. You exploit yourself. Don't get it twisted. And she does exploit herself. She exploits her bad health. She exploits every single little detail of what's wrong with her. She's exploited subjects she has no business exploiting and monetizing, like DV and SA and BED. She puts herself on display, portraying the damsel in distress when she's the one putting herself in distress. She's tying herself to the railroad tracks. She's placing herself near a pile of dynamite and lighting it because she wants to be the center of attention. She likes to get people stressed out. We're not exploiting you, Foodie. You exploit yourself, and then all we do is react to what you do. We just give our opinions, that's all. You don't like the opinions, you don't like our feelings, and yet you keep doing negative things to cause the negative reactions. We're not going to pat you on the back, and we're not going to praise you when you do the self-harm content. No one who has a heart, who has a soul, would do that. No one would look at another person hurting themselves and go, that's okay, go ahead, do more. If you got a conscience, if you have a soul, if you got a heart, you got morals, you got values, you're not going to look at another human being and say, go ahead and hurt yourself. It's perfectly fine. No, you're going to speak out against it. You're going to say, that's ridiculous. Stop it. Stop hurting yourself. But if we're going to get technical, and we are, the people who are exploiting you, Foodie, are those feedy people. I mean, if you want some truth, I'll give you truth for free, girlfriend. You don't have to pay for it. The people that are exploiting you are the feedy people. The ones with the food fetish. The ones who see how unhealthy you are. They see you got a problem with food, and they're all about that life of paying you for content. Knowing that you're sick. Knowing that you might be moments away from a heart attack, a stroke, a hospital, or the morgue. So who's exploiting you? We're not exploiting you. The reactors tell you all the time, go to therapy, go to inpatient, go back home to Canada, take care of your health. Do your feedy people say that? No. No, you got people in your corners saying, go ahead, do the bed rotting, get bed bound. That'll be the ultimate life for you. You think that's a fantasy life for you, just sitting on a cushion and eating grapes. Somebody bringing you food and cleaning up after you. For some reason, you think it's a great life. It won't be. It won't be the picnic you think it is. And Salah will not be a good caretaker. He doesn't know how. He's not medically trained. Someone of your size, you're going to need more than one caretaker anyway. For someone to move someone of your size around in bed or help them dress or anything like that, you're going to need at least 2 or 3 people so that each person doesn't break their back or cause themselves injury. So don't talk to us about exploitation. When you get online and you embarrass yourself, you humiliate yourself for money. You choose to do that. That's what you're choosing to do with your life, with yourself on YouTube. Okay. All right, something cool from Butenbegen. Look at this happy puppy. Look at him. The smile on that beautiful face. What a beautiful dog. Beautiful. He's just so happy. Look at him. What a beautiful puppy. And you can see the joy in its eyes. What a difference love can make. What a difference care can make. It's a beautiful thing. Small silly cat. So the owner says rah 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 and the kitty says rah rah rah. And Massimo with a baby goat. Because baby goats are cute. Everybody needs to see a baby goat today. Because they're cute. Look at them. And they love to hop around. Shenanigans. So in the newest live stream where Fraudy does not show herself, she's saying that Salah is sick now. Yeah, of course he's sick. But for 2 people being sick, she did a live stream today where they both look fine to me. Perfectly Imperfect says, I broke a rib and was told to take Advil and Tylenol. Foodie gets an ear infection and gets muscle relaxers. I call bullcrap. So do I, because I've had ear infections, ear problems. I still get them to this day. I've never heard of muscle relaxers for an ear infection. What? What in the world? Let's see. All right, something beautiful from Tweets of Cats. The crow feeds and befriends stray kitten. Couple films the unlikely pair's friendship for over 8 months. So this stray kitten was being fed by the crow and they became friends. Sometimes animals from different species, they can pair up. And it's unusual, but it's funny. So the crow is acting almost like a parent for the baby. And here from Small Silly Cat. The cat's like, give me that bottle. Give it to me. Num, 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 num. Who's a spoiled baby? Who's a spoiled kitty? All right, from Vegan. Stone pot used for cooking in Indonesia. What an awesome looking utensil. Love it. I love like natural things like that. It looks great. You can like cook 2 things at once. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, this is from Yup Yup and Burgundy Rose Bunny. Burgundy Rose Bunny says, you can't hide, Miriam. Said the men in uniform were coming for you. Yup Yup says, so basically this person suggests that in order for Scatman to be allowed to live with Foodie, she'd need to be on a family visit or family sponsor visa, not a tourist one. Expats can't live with foreign tourists even if they're married. So this is the entire post. The Kuwaiti government has taken action and broadcasted videos saying you cannot use visas to live illegally in Kuwait anymore. They have until June 17th to leave the country without penalty. They can apply to come back, but must be on the right paperwork or face strict punishment. Salah cannot live in family housing as Chantal is merely a tourist, even if they were married, say. So he must go to bachelor housing. There is no illness. She's hiding while figuring out this huge problem. No more visa hop playing house in Kuwait. Kuwaiti government said they expect all people who know of violators to contact them and snitch, or they could face aiding punishment. They are dead serious. They are going to catch everyone and punish them after June 17th grace period deadline. Sounds serious. Chantal has gone black screen since. She's in comments of reaction channel stock accounts big time now, but no longer saying she is legal to live or anything, just trying to get people to stop talking about it. Well, we're not going to stop talking about it. We are not. We're not going to stop talking about it. You know, what you want and what you get are two different things, Chantal. All right, I could just keep going with this. Okay, now I'm going to end this with something funny from Sindel, because I started out this react a little bit serious. We got to end on some laughter before we get into Chantal's stuff. So this is from Sindel saying, haha, I didn't see that one coming. So let's laugh for a second.
Evening, sir. Where are you heading this late at night?
I was on my way to a lecture about alcohol and its effects on the human body and smoking and staying out late at night.
Who gives a lecture about that this late at night?
My wife.
Yep, that'll do it. That will do it. All right, like I could just keep going forever with some of the cool stuff on Twitter, but this is going to be a longer react, and I want to save some space for that. So let's get into the live stream that she did. She kept her camera off. Even after yelling at the reactors, cam up, cam up, cam up, she kept her camera off. You know, I think she kept the camera off because she knew she was lying. And she didn't want to get caught because we you know, she can't keep an emotion to herself. The duper's delight smirk on her face, we know it well. So let's get into it, y'all.
Not going to be too long of a stream, but I hope you can hear me okay. Dragonfly, hi Mila, hi everybody.
Let me turn the volume up.
Hi Rose. Everyone I missed, I can't say hi to everybody because, you know, I'm not in hiding, Brooke. Why are you always so dramatic? I'm sick.
Why are you being dramatic? You're the one not showing yourself. You're the one being dramatic. And when has being sick ever stopped you from showing yourself? You love to show yourself sick. When you want to throw yourself a little pity party, you show yourself being ill, madam.
You ever have days where you're not feeling well and you don't want to show your face to the world?
Yeah, you know what, though? If I were feeling very, very ill, you know what I would do, Chantal? I just wouldn't stream that day. I wouldn't do videos. Because I understand that unless you delete the video is out there forever. I don't want to show people that I'm sick. I don't want to do a reaction or a video while I'm ill. I'm not going to be at 100%. But that's me and that's you. You know, we have two different ways of doing things.
There you go. Hey, Tracy. Can you guys hear me okay now? Jaina, Fernanda, I sound a lot better.
Ready, set, feast.
Oh, wow, Norma Jean. Hi, Beezer. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. Get better, my love. Thank you, Norma Jean, for being a loyalty Beezer for 26 months. Thank you. And for the prayers, of course. Thanks, Rose, Kristen, Rosie. I thought I would just come on, I guess, instead of doing another stupid, black screen video. I'll do an overused animated background.
You know what? Oh, sorry about that. Hold on. So sorry. I didn't mean to push that button. That was an oops. But it's okay. That's okay. She's not talking about much anyway. I just want to show y'all. I just want to show you. Okay, so I pulled up Chantal's profile page on Playboard because Playboard is a site that can give stats on all YouTube channels, the videos, the views, super chats, things like that. So here's Foodie's page. Today's revenue when she did the live, $15. Yesterday's revenue, which is what this stream is, $4. $4. My, how the mighty have fallen. You've fallen pretty hard, Chantal. Like I said, I remember back in the day, during your heyday, you would make hundreds of dollars in super chats. Hundreds. Now you're not even able to clear $20, and you have a 100K channel. Your subscribers and everybody else are sending a clear message. Your content is boring. It's old. It's played out. Your tactics are old. Everybody's caught on to your game. Their tactics of making money just aren't working anymore. Because you, as a content creator, you're not diversifying. You're not branching out. You're not becoming more artistic or creative or getting out of that too comfortable toxic box that you created for yourself. People are bored. You and Amberlyn Reed, once upon a time, you guys were trends. You know, like you both had your high moments. You did. But both of you made the same fatal error with yourselves and with your channel. You both assumed that the YouTube train would be profitable and it would run forever. And neither one of you took the time or the energy to create a second path or a backup plan or savings or anything. You just assumed, oh, like everybody's into me, so I shouldn't plan. Now, both of you, after making so much money, you've got nothing to show for it except bad health. Bad health is going to take time and money and resources to even fix halfway right. You were a trend foodie, just like Amber. And like all trends die out after a while. You had a good run. Okay, you made a lot of money. You weren't as smart as you should have been back in the day, and that's your fault. There was no forethought there. But you are now just an old trend that people have gotten tired of. And you're not realizing that. And you're not fixing the situation. You think, oh, because of your name and because of you being on YouTube for 8 years, that's going to guarantee you income forever. Not really. Not really. Okay. So just want to show that to you. Sorry about the little oopsie moment. Let's go back to Chantal.
I don't know. I'm just like cranky when I'm sick. But yeah,
You're cranky anyway.
I'm feeling a lot better. Like, well, not a lot better, but in terms of like bladder infection wise, yeah, I'm feeling better. But then I got hit with this stupid, whatever the F this is, kind of. Hey, Rosemary Silvael. This stupid cold or whatever, this dry cough.
She's such a child. She literally is such a child. Making sure to cough after mentioning the cough. That's something that a child would do when they're faking being sick because they don't want to go to school. Or you're somebody and you have to go to work and you don't want to go to work and you want to stay home. You're calling up the boss. I'm sorry. I can't come in. I got a cold. Hold on. That's what you do. Chantal, you're not a good actress and you're not a good liar. I don't know why you continue with these performances that nobody believes. All you're doing is making yourself into a laughingstock.
An earache and all that crap. I haven't had like a cold like this since childhood, like an earache and everything. Ugh, I hate it. So he's taking good care of me, but he's
You know, that's debatable. So later on in this stream, Chantal is going to talk about Salah. And she's going to go into this idea of like women have certain roles in the home and men have certain roles. And because he's a man, he doesn't do the cleaning. So let's recap. He's not into doing the cleaning. He doesn't know how to cook. He's not a good provider because he's living off of foodie. What good is this man? He's freaking useless. What exactly does he do? Go to get her fast food? Pretty much. Hold the camera so that she can film herself? That's basically his job duties, and to be a mod in the chat. He doesn't offer much in the way of help or skills or resources. But she's fine with that. She's fine with the fact that he's weak and he's not independent and he's not strong, because he's like a piece of putty in her hands, and she could just mold him into whatever she wants, and she can therefore control him to do whatever she wants. You know, that's the predator mind in this one. She's a predator, preying on the weak, preying on the disadvantaged, preying on the whatever she can to get what she wants.
Hi, babe.
And listen, I am not a fan of Salah. Let's just make that known and clear. He's a scumbag. He's a romance scammer. Mafoudi should have figured out long ago. You know, there's got to be a reason why someone like Salah, who's in Kuwait, where there's lots of women, there are expat women, there are native women, why hasn't he been married already with a wife in his 30s? What's going on there? You know, you got to look at the sum of all the parts. Why is it that Salah is in Kuwait and he's not married yet? Could it be because in Kuwait, when you marry a daughter, isn't there some sort of a dowry you have to pay, or you have to prove to the father that you, as the suitor, the one who wants to do the courting, that you are of financially stable means? And because he's not financially stable, whatever women he might be interested in, the dads are going to say, no, I don't want you marrying my daughter. Or any expat women. I'm sure there are expats over in Kuwait that are female. Why not go after them? Could it be because they saw right through him as a loser? And so he had to cast a wider net and pick a desperate fish in order to live off that desperate fish? I think so. Two losers together.
Hope you'll get better, my sweet love, and be more healthier than ever, and we'll always be rooting for you. Oh, yeah. Thanks, babe, for being a loyalty beezer. King Beezer, ready, set, bees. Thanks, babe. Actually, he's sick now, too. So he has a fever.
You know, I'm noticing that anytime Chantal gets around somebody, have you guys noticed over the years that whoever she's around, that person, not only does she get sick, but the other person gets sick too? Like when she was around Pete got sick a lot. When she was around Natter, he got sick a lot. Now she's around Salah. Ever since she came into the picture, he's been getting ill repeatedly. She makes people sick, literally sick.
So on top of whatever I was fighting, I got this stupid freaking cold.
No, you don't.
Now we're both sick. Bladder infections, like I used to get them, like, you know, and I would take, you know, a round of antibiotics, or I would just like chug, when I was like not diabetic, I would chug a whole thing of cranberry. I remember doing that, like cranberry juice, and it would just go away after like drinking, like flushing it out. But now I'm like 40 and I'm diabetic, and you know, it's not going to happen anymore. So I feel like I'm on the right antibiotics now, though. You know, alhamdulillah, like I don't have any more pain when I go to the washroom, and things are starting to feel a bit more normal that way. But now I have cold, so I'm kind of pissed off. Just like over it. So over it.
You know, there's also like there's the feeling in girl world. Some people have said this, and I definitely think this is a possibility. that Salah wants to travel. He's always wanted to travel. He wants to go places. He wants to do things. Chantal does not want to go anywhere. Honestly, traveling for her in an airplane would be dangerous. She could have a medical event in the air. On top of the risk of flying, she just doesn't want to leave the house, period. She doesn't like, walking to the airport, having people look at her, having to walk that entire distance, and then whatever country they go to, she's got to walk around. She doesn't like people staring at her and whipping out their phone and making remarks and giving her the weird looks. She's happy being a spectacle online because the people that are looking at her, she doesn't have to directly physically see. But when it comes to outside the house contact, she's got a problem with that. She doesn't like to face those that are looking at her. So the feeling is he wants to travel. He's got the traveling bug. And she is digging in her heels and making excuses about why she can't travel. And maybe all this talk about getting healthy, it's not about her really wanting to get healthy. It's about her pacifying him. Like, I'm doing something this time, babe. I promise this time will be different. I'll lose some weight and we can travel. Even if she got serious, at her weight, with her health conditions, it would take quite a while to get her to a place where she'd be safe to travel. So, and this is something that can't happen in a week or a month or a few months. She would need at least 6 months to a year of like solid, straight up commitment from top to bottom with getting her mental health, her emotional health, her physical health together. And she's not ready for that. Too much of a fight.
Yeah, I know, babe. You felt warm. Your face was really warm. Hi, Ryan. Hi, everybody I missed. What is this crap? I remember why I hate PCs. There's always something stupid and persistent popping up in the corners.
Well, that's because you're on his computer. Hey, Miss Moneybags, why don't you buy your own computer? Why are you on his computer for? He already broke his doggone chair.
No, it's not. It's not camel related at all. Hi, Ghostface, Heather. Like, all you need is basic logic to realize it's not camel related. Because number one, the first incident, I went to the doctor.
She's being so condescending. All you need is basic logic to know it's not camel related. Where was your logic and where was your reason when you were walking out there in the desert petting wild camels that wanted nothing to do with you first thing in the morning? What was your logic? Huh? You weren't being logical then. You're the one coming on camera telling us how sick you are. We have no idea what's wrong. And you lie, so that makes it even more complicated. So don't be all condescending to your audience when you decide to air out all your dirty laundry online and invite people into your personal private business. Don't be condescending. It's out of place.
About he said it wasn't camel related. This doctor says it's not camel related. And I only got this cold like near the end, like it wasn't right away. I've seen many camels, hugged and kissed many camels in between getting sick, never got sick. The doctor said after all many years of
Oh, look who's in the chat. Plain cheeseburger. For those who weren't around a while ago, before Salah came into the picture, Chantal had a little hyena pack, an unholy trinity of 3 mods: Plain Cheeseburger, Sofa King, Ashley Lamborghini. They rolled hard for Chantal. They were die-hard Foodie Beauty supporters. And they would make a point to go to reaction channels and just act all the way the fool and be as rude as possible. They came to my channel doing that to me, and they got blocked. And they left Chantal a while ago, and they went over to Pete's. And here's Plain Cheeseburger just, creeping back into the chat.
Of working at the clinics and hospitals here, he's never heard of one case, not one, of MERS. So this is just like, hey, creepy comfort, hey, Plain Cheeseburger. The camels are innocent. I think I'll just be more careful with camels, but they have to do a urine culture for the right.
And this idiot Plain Cheeseburger saying, Chantal, can you mod me? Plain Cheeseburger, you're being such a pick-me. You're literally being a pick-me. You were once a mod. You and Sofa and Ashley, you guys decided to leave. Do you think she's going to mod you? Do you think Salah's going to allow it? It's not going to happen.
And exactly, they just put you on like a broad spectrum one, like a basic, But after they did more testing, they put me on the right ones, and because I think they're working. I don't have chills anymore and all that stuff. So, yeah. But no, I didn't get a camel cold. I mean, at least that's not what the doctor thinks. My dry buns. My appetite is my whole. So actually, okay, not only did I go through hey Charles, what are you doing? Not only did I go through this horrible infection, basically what the doctor explained was my.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little spoiler. Just a word of warning. Her topics of conversation, there are two of them. Two main ones for this almost 2-hour live stream. She talks about how sick she is and what's wrong with her, and she talks about food. Always going back to the food. That's why we're jumping around a lot. Because I ain't got time for all that. I got to review another live she did.
Immune system being so shot because I was so sick, like with the infection, brought my immune system down, and I was susceptible to more things like earaches and colds and stuff. And then not only all this, but my body, I didn't even realize this, was going through like a complete detox.
And this is the part that I got angry over. I don't like her using that word. She has no right to use that word. She has never and never will be never about that life of detoxing or rehabbing. Never. She's not about that life of healing or fixing problems and finding solutions. It's all about how do we keep the problems going? How do we intensify them to amp up the attention and the money and the profit? Going a few days without food, it's not a real detox. And Chantal, considering the fact that you did another live stream after this one, the following day, you lied about being sick. You admit later on that you're not really sick. You just had a really bad bee moment. You got sick because of that, but that is not true sickness. You went too far. You were afraid of a diabetic coma. That's what was wrong. You're over there making yourself sick, per usual. And are you going to sit there and tell me, madam? Are you going to try to tell me and teach me about this thing of allegedly that you, as an extreme food addict, extreme, that as extreme as you are with your addiction, that in 4 days' time you cured it? Oh, it's not an issue. You're fine. You're in recovery. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. If it were just that simple, then everybody else out there in the world that has an eating problem, they wouldn't need inpatient. They wouldn't need rehab. They wouldn't need to go to therapy, would they? You're not in recovery. You didn't detox yourself. You didn't cure your problem with food. And I know this because you haven't gone to inpatient, you haven't gone to therapy, you haven't figured out your issues, your triggers, you don't have any new coping mechanisms and coping skills to replace you using food as comfort and as an escape. So if the problem is very much rooted in your mind and you haven't touched it, how can you be better? How can the problem go away? It can't. You got to do the work. You got to pull apart that shit snowball of issues that are keeping the addiction going. You got to pull it apart. You got to look at it. You got to examine it. Why am I doing this? What's triggering me? What are my triggers? How do I fix this? How do I fix myself? How do I heal myself? You're not going to be comfortable. You can be very uncomfortable. Facing oneself is hard. To look at yourself, to take accountability and responsibility is hard. Not blame shifting, standing still and taking the blame, accepting it all. That's when growth happens. Not you. No, you're claiming to be cured. And as I said earlier, it's not the lies that you tell yourself that makes me angry. It's the fact that you're on a public platform and the messages you're sending out, the feeling. Like there might be somebody watching you right now that, unfortunately, we live in a world, y'all, where there are so many people, they want to be social media influencers. They want to have big channels on whatever platform they choose. They want 1 million subscribers. They want to be in the position where they can just have a platform, have a bunch of people follow them, take some pictures, do some videos, do some TikToks, and bam, they're rich. And they don't have to work a regular job. They can rub shoulders with celebrities and have their picture taken. So there's a lot of people that are thirsty for fame and fortune, looking around to see how they can make that happen. And they might come across Foodie's page and think to themselves, wow, look at this person. They've got a 100K channel. They must be making big money. And all they have to do is sit down and eat a bunch of food? Dang, that's easy. I can do that. That looks simple as pie. Where do I sign up? Not realizing the price you pay for doing this kind of content, the price that she's paying right now. And on top of that, her spreading misinformation about diabetes and, oh, I fixed my ED with just 4 days of fasting. I detoxed myself. Are you fucking kidding me? Chantal, that's, you're indirectly hurting people. No one should listen to Chantal for advice of any kind. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's out of control. She's not an expert in anything except lying. Nobody should follow in her footsteps, ever. But that's what I get the most mad at, the misinformation. The fact that she's got a public platform and doing fetish content that a lot of people in the audience are not thinking of it as fetish content. They're seeing something they really shouldn't be seeing. It should be on a private platform where only those who know what they're looking at and want to see it can see it. This is not content for the general public. Even if you're a spectator, when it comes to fetish stuff, even as a spectator, You should be able to be informed and give consent. And because people aren't informed, they are unable to give consent. She's taken the consent away. I'm sorry, Foodie, that's just wrong.
Because for like many days I didn't eat anything. I was just drinking because I couldn't. Like I was being sick, like throwing up. And I like didn't realize how just like the way it like okay, after about 3 days of not eating, your body will go into like a detox. Even
Fuck off. You don't go into a detox. If you're sick, your body is busy fighting an infection. That's part of why you feel so tired. Like if you ever got a cold or virus and you're like, man, I don't even want to move. That's because your body is pulling in all resources to fight whatever it is the invader might be, whether it's a cold flu, a virus flu, whatever. Your body is saying, hey, white blood cells, call to action. Let's do this. Let's rock this thing. Your body is devoting everything to getting rid of the invader. But you're not really detoxing. Not when your body's sick like that. Nope.
people, even if you don't like believe in that crap, even people on keto, whatever, they go through like
Oh, and this is the reason why Plain Cheeseburger is back in her chat saying, I'm sad because I'm not famous anymore. You never were famous, Plain Cheeseburger. You were infamous. There's a difference. Famous is when you are something or you do something that other people admire and they look up to. That's the definition of famous. Infamous is just the opposite. You and the others were always infamous because Chantal is infamous. You decided to roll hard with Foodie. And because you did, like that was the only place you were welcome. Now that she has no use for you, like you're figuring out, like I can't go the reaction channel chats. The same people that I bothered with my other two friends, I can't sit with them. There's no other place I fit in. But you were never famous, Plain Cheeseburger. You were just a mod for Foodie. That's just it wasn't that serious, okay? And you're that's all it was.
a keto flu, right? So your body, because your body is detoxing from all the crap you eat. I would eat crap like every day. So my body's used to being fed. I was a food addict. So
Women was, you still are. Even as someone that I'm in recovery for that, Chantal, technically I am still a food addict. Once you're addicted to something, you're always addicted. If you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. It's just that you choose to be on one side of the fence versus the other. But the temptation to go overboard is always there. But if you do things right, to be in recovery, you learn different coping skills, coping mechanisms. You learn to stay away. You find methods to do so. You know what your triggers are so that the problem doesn't get on top of you again. So you're still a food addict. Even if you were in recovery, you'd still be a food addict. It's just that you're not an active food addict. You'll always have that addiction.
certain foods are highly addictive, and if you eat them every day and then you don't give your body any of that, you're going to crash. You go from eating thousands of calories a day to not eating at all, you're not going to feel too well.
So
So
that was basically like a little self-confession that she just confessed to us. I was eating thousands of calories a day. Well, I knew that. I mean, because it takes a certain amount of calories to maintain 550 pounds. And I looked it up, y'all. For someone like Chantal to maintain just 500 pounds, she's got to eat at least 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day. And then she's over 500. So probably even more. But if she eats that certain amount per day, plus more, that's when she puts on more weight and more weight and more weight. Also, figure in she's very sedentary. So, whatever she eats, calorie wise, she's not burning it off at all. So, what does the body do? It stores it into fat.
Um, yeah, I was feeling pretty crappy. Pretty.
And this one, Sylviale 2002 says, plain cheeseburger, you get mentioned a fair bit, just not by nice people. And what are we supposed to say about plain cheeseburger? Why should we say anything nice about plain cheeseburger? Plain cheeseburger wasn't nice to us. You know, you get what you give.
Crappy. And like the weirdest, the most disgusting thing I ever tasted in my life was this taste in my mouth. It was like fruity metal, you know? I don't know. It was really gross. Um, yeah, it was just like really disgusting.
Okay, and I love the fact that somebody in the chat is calling her out on using the word detox. Cat C says, no, it's not detox. It's not hero in. Cat C says, you are hungry. That's not detox. Agreed. She shouldn't be using that word.
And so that was happening, and just like, ugh, anyway. So that was happening at the same time. So now, for my appetite, like slowly coming back, but I cannot eat.
So, okay, plain cheeseburger made the comment, can you rage? I'm bored. Salad down here says, plain, are you sick? Your entertainment is to see someone suffering or rage? Salah, of all the people in the chat to ask somebody else if they're sick, and no, I'm not taking up a plain cheeseburger. Not at all. But I just find it ironic that here is Salah asking somebody else if they're sick. Salah, you're over there enabling a food addict. Are you sick? Is there something wrong with you, sir? Do you need a doctor? You're over there enabling a serious food addict with lots of health problems, that their fantasy is to be bedbound. And they're probably eyeballing you to be their lifetime caretaker. Are you sick to enable that fantasy and keep it going, knowing that at any moment anything could happen? Are you sick? I think you are sick, sir, in a very twisted way.
The things that like I used to. I don't have, like, I've completely reset my palate, basically.
Oh my God.
Like my
What?
entire
No. I've reset my palate. 4 days allegedly without food. She resets her palate. I doubt it. You know, another good way to reset your palate, Chantal, brush your teeth. Get all that gunk and fuzz off your teeth. Brush your tongue. Get all the filth off your tongue. You know, get the funk out of your mouth. That might reset your palate. There might be a whole bunch of slime on your tongue and you can't taste anything. That would help too.
Your palate is completely reset.
It's not reset.
Hey, Scapegoat. Yeah, but Rosemary, I don't see how like plain cheeseburger just expects to come back in and be modded right away, like after leaving for 2 years. So, anyways,
you know, that was really telling. First of all, Chantal talks about how wrathful she is, right? Somebody crosses her, somebody vexes her, she'll put you on the block list. Why isn't plain cheeseburger blocked? Here's another question. Why isn't Natter blocked? But going back to plain cheeseburger, someone that she claims she doesn't like, they're allowed in the chat and Chantal claims to be wrathful, why wasn't her response, plain cheeseburger, go to hell? You left me long ago. You're not welcome back here. I'm blocking you now. Or you got nerve coming in here asking for mod status after you left me. Something to that effect. What is she doing? She's power tripping. Plain cheeseburger, you showed your weak spot to Chantal. You said in the chat, I miss being famous. Translation, I have nowhere else to go. Nobody wants to talk to me. You showed your weak spot. And of course, Chantal, being the arrogant piece of crap that she is, her response is, well, I don't know what they're expecting to come in here and be mod status. So she's pretty much putting you on probation. She's going to punish you and put you in the corner with your nose touching the wall. Just to show you who's boss. That's what just happened. You were bad. You go to the corner and you put your nose against the wall right now. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out.
Yeah, so that's that. It was very so my palate is completely reset. That's something that I don't ever want to have to ever do again. So I want to continue eating whole food, like really just whole foods, like anything that's a real food basically, you know. I want to eat it and not ever gorge on like artificial, disgusting, fried, I don't know. You know what I mean?
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way, y'all. You know, like that Rome was not built in a day. And you can't take someone like Chantal, who's got an extreme food issue that's been going on for what she said, like 30 years. This was ongoing even before YouTube. And completely break it all down in days. Now, this is something that might take years. Years. And she can't even get started. She's not willing to surrender and say to the universe, I'm out of control. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. And listen to other people. She's got a whole lifestyle, routine, rituals around food. She turns to food for comfort. She turns to food when she's angry, when she's upset, when she's stressed out, when she's anxious. It's her go-to. She eats for a living, literally for a living. And she loves the fast food. And that's what she's used to. So to go from all of that to just something radically different, I'm telling you, as someone that I've been there, not to the extreme that Foodie's been there, but still I was there. If you try to like switch the routine up too much, too quickly, your mind fights you. It's like a 3-year-old. It throws a temper tantrum and it tries to manipulate you. That bee monster is manipulative. Oh, is it manipulative? It will find, it knows your weaknesses. It knows your bad moments and manipulates you through them. It's very persuasive. It's very seductive. It gets in your ear and says, you were good today. You could have gotten up and eaten a cupcake, but you didn't. You were good. You ate a salad. You ate that healthy oatmeal and that apple. You didn't consume that many calories this morning. That means you can consume more calories during lunch and dinner. We got some making up to do. Yeah, the voice speaks to you like that. It will justify the bad moments, making it seem like it's a good thing or that you deserve it. It's a reward. And she's all about self-gratification. And she's very impulsive. So you've got this out of control, extreme food addict with no impulse control, no self-control, no coping mechanisms, no coping skills, nothing to hold her back, nobody telling her no. She's in control of the money. She's in an environment that enables the crap out of her. And suddenly, all of these enabling things, these toxic things, she's going to take control of herself and pull back the reins? Oh, no, she's not. No, no, I'm telling you, no.
Mm. But yeah, anyway. Okay. You guys are just joking. I'm just like, I'm just like in a bad mood. I don't know. Hi, Vanessa.
You're always in a bad mood.
Maybe I don't know where I put my water. That's what's annoying me. Oh, here it is. Okay, so give me a second, guys. Hey, hot tea, thank you. Healthy arc incoming, yeah, inshallah. Thanks, Rosemary's. And it tells Scapegoat hello. When people are sick, they're never in good moods, yeah.
Well, she's never in a good mood. Even before she got sick, allegedly, she was never in a good mood. And it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. You know, like Chantal's normal is she's not in a good mood and she's tired. She's always tired. Tired and cranky.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I know people were worried, but like, so yeah, so there's one good thing about that, I guess, is that like my body did detox.
Fuck off with the detox crap. Stop it. I really hate her using that word. She has no business speaking that word. None. None. Chantal, I had a bout with the the Omicron variant. It kicked my ass. I have never been so sick in my life. And what made it worse was you start to feel a little bit better. You think I'm getting on the other side of it, and then you get hit with another wave, and it just kept going for over 6 weeks. I had no energy. I had my sense of taste and smell, but it zapped the crap out of me. I could barely eat. Barely eat. All I want to do is sleep. But even with 6 weeks of that, really being sick, that wasn't detoxing. That was just me being ill, my body trying to fight it.
A lot from, several days of not eating and just
4 days. And I seriously doubt you went without eating.
Getting through that, like, you know what it made me realize is how, like, I don't think if this didn't happen, I don't think I would ever stop, like, just shoving junk in my face.
You won't anyway, because the feeders are going to get in your ear and they're going to offer you money, and you need money right now. You're going to take them up on their offers, Chantal. Who are you trying to kid? You know what this feels like, y'all? This feels like she's purposely, she's laying the groundwork. She's gaslighting and laying the groundwork because in a couple of days she's going to do a mukbang. She's trying to create outrage. She's trying to create outrage with the reactors. She's trying to create outrage in her audience. She wants people to get mad and watch her videos and watch her live streams and send her super chats. Because like I said, back in the day, she made hella money with the hate super chats. Lots of money. We're talking hundreds. She's making people mad for a purpose. Even though it's really not working. She's still going to try. She's going to come back with a mukbang, and then people are going to be in the comments, and she's going to get lots of engagement because of that, because engagement counts on YouTube. And comments, bad comments, good comments, they count as engagement. So she wants tons of comments on her videos and her live streams. And when she does a mukbang and the caring beezers are going to come to her and they're going to say, wait a minute, you're just telling us all about your health issues and you said you were going to get healthy. She's going to say, I don't want to hear it. I'm allowed to change my mind. If she want to be on a little power trip, that's the way she plays the game.
Because like shortly before I became sick, I had like half a tub of ice cream, like just so fucking disgusting. Like how
Yeah, okay, shut up. Shut up. All this, you talk about fake outrage with reactors, Chantal. Oh, the fake outrage is so real. What is this? This is fake outrage. Oh, I ate half a tub of ice cream and that is so disgusting. I can't imagine being that way now. So for 8 fast food and you did it willingly, knowingly, and eagerly. You set up your YouTube channel as a fetish channel. Tell me I'm wrong, bitch. You were catering to all kinds of fetishes. All kinds. Not just the feeders. There's a potential you were catering to all kinds of people in your audience. The people that were into exhibitionism, into voyeurism, like you're flashing your private parts, even people out there that their fetish is seeing somebody live in a filthy way that are unbathed in a filthy house. And yes, y'all, there are people like that out there. People who come on camera high, catering to the drug crowd. Yeah, you're reaching into all different kinds of algorithms, trying to boost your audience, looking for the fetish guys in each one. Using a public forum as a fetish channel, looking for those guys that want to pay for content, doing everything you could to cater to all those different fetishes. Yep. Trying to tap into all that. And you were so disgusted. I don't think you're disgusted. I really don't think so. I think you're lying to yourself. I think you're lying to your audience. You're lying to the reactors. You're just lying. Per usual, lying.
I would just shove food in my face.
Shut up.
And now I just like I had like a full meal finally, and it was like such a small plate, and most of it was vegetables
Sure.
and lean protein. And
You know what? Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about what you did, show it. I don't believe you until you show it. You're such a liar that unless I see it, I don't believe it, ma'am. Don't tell us you ate a meal with proteins and vegetables. I don't believe you. I don't.
I was so
And by the way, Chantal, on that note, if you are telling the truth by some rare chance, some blue moon chance, if you're telling the truth, we're going to know. We're going to know if you're telling the truth or you're lying. Want to know how we're going to know? Because if you are losing weight, the first place we're going to notice it is your face. Your face is going to look different. Back in the time when you were with Natter and you were on the white powder, you were losing weight. And you could see it. You could see the weight loss in your face. You could see more of your ears coming out a little bit more. They weren't pressed against your head. More of your cheekbones. You can always notice the loss of weight in the face. But if you gain weight, the face is not going to change. It's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So whatever you say, okay, we're going to be looking for the physical evidence.
full, like like it was enough food, you know. And yeah, I've had it's just disgusting. Like I can't believe, like, just thinking about the amount of things that, like, 3 packs of ramen noodles, like one package of ramen noodles has like the daily amount limit of how much you should eat in sodium.
Yep. And you were eating 3 or 4 packs at a time. And you did it with a smile on your face.
Not to mention whatever other chemicals are in it.
Yep.
Anyway.
Not healthy.
Yeah, thanks, Strive for Change. Fasting.
I'm telling you, all of you beezers, all of you not fetish friendly beezers, she's feeding you guys some scraps right now because you're starving for hope. You're hopeful for Chantal. You're praying for Chantal. You're worried about Chantal. She's feeding you some false scraps of hope to keep you hanging on. But understand, she'll never completely feed you. You'll never get a full plate. You'll never be satiated and satisfied and happy. She's just stringing you along because that's what she does.
It's so hard. It makes me feel so sick. Hi, Teardrop. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling better in a lot of ways, but just kicking this stupid cold. But I think the antibiotics are working because I don't have that burning and everything else. Protein will fill you up.
Yep, sure will.
Yeah. And a lot of vegetables and stuff too. So I don't think after this extreme illness, which was like a triple banger, being
That she admits in this live stream that she really wasn't sick. She just had a really bad B moment, and that's all it was.
hit with really bad kidney infection, whatever, call it camel disease if you want, I don't care. Like some kind of weird cold. And then what else was it?
And how in the world is she getting a cold? I mean, I know that her and Salah have brief contact with one another, but she's not out in the public and being around people to get a cold from somebody.
The detox.
Oh,
Like just a
shut
full
up.
body detox.
Fuck off. Stop using that word. You have no business using it, Chantal. Stop it. You're making a mockery of those who've actually done the work. Stop it. You're not recovered from anything. You're not healed from anything. There are other people that have done the work. They put the time in. They were committed to their health and their life. You're not. Stop using that word. Stop it.
Dietary detox. I didn't eat for like, I think 5 days. Maybe. I don't know. At least 4, I know that. So, but it might have been closer to 5. And even when I did start eating, it wasn't anything. It was like kiwi, like fruit.
She's a diabetic. So she's sick. And what is she eating while she's sick? Fruits. Fruits are sugary. Fruits are sweet. She's going for the sweets even while she's sick. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Chantal, all calories count. All sugar counts. You can get as much sugar off a piece of fruit as you could a soda. Sugar counts. And if you're trying to watch your blood sugar, going for like huge amounts of fruits, bad idea.
All I could stomach was fruit. I couldn't eat, like, just go and
And how in the world are you eating fruit anyway? Because if you got an upset tummy, the citric acid, the fruit acids, they don't make your tummy feel good.
chicken breast, there's no way. So, fruit juice with no added sugar, stuff like
Fruit juice is nothing but sugar water. Liquid calories count, Chantal. They count.
that. There's so many juice shops around here when you're so thirsty and you have a fever, and you can drink like an ice cold, like crisp green apple juice. It's so good.
So she's over there claiming to have kidney infection, bladder infection, UTI. Caffeine and sugar aggravate that area. You'd be feeling a bit better, but then when you start dumping caffeine and sugar into your system, your bladder and your kidney will just flip you the bird. You'll get that burning and stuff all over again.
um, yeah, I love it. Hold on, guys. There we go. Hey, Comic Brook. Am I healed? Not yet.
Not ever.
Hey, Linda Marie. Hi, SCP. Julia is doing amazing plain cheeseburgers. She's doing okay. She's a beezer. Thanks, Mila. Hi, Snoozy. So I just wanted to talk to you guys, I guess, a bit. And
You know, the feeling of this entire stream was she was literally just sitting there waiting for people to send her money. So she's, you know, a few days prior, she was trying to set things up to where it's the end of the month. And when she finally did go live, she was creating a sense of, I'm making my beezers miss me. So when I finally show up, she was hoping that she would just show up, not show her face, and her beezers would be so happy to see her, they would just start throwing money at her. And that didn't happen. You guys saw the evidence on Playboy. That did not happen, but she was hoping for that. She was hoping for money being thrown at her. She was hoping for memberships. I guess you haven't gotten the memo yet, Chantal, that you're played out, you're done, you're an old trend that people are bored with, and people are not going to throw their hard-earned money at you anymore for nothing. Your name, Foodie Beauty, doesn't mean anything anymore. The general consensus of you when people say your name is, oh, she's live. There's no urgency to watch you because everybody knows there's nothing interesting going on. And for someone who was sick, claiming to be sick still, you sat on live stream for almost 2 hours talking about nothing. You were literally waiting for people to give you money. And it didn't happen. So, failed attempt.
just update you. Thanks, Bijou. So yeah, anyway. I guess I don't really have much else to say.
Look who we are, y'all. Look at the timestamp, 16 minutes and 40 seconds. This live stream went on for almost 2 hours. So not even 17 minutes in, and she's like, she's already run out of things to say. Nothing else to talk about. How is it, Chantal, that I'm a much smaller channel than you? You're 100K. I'm not even at 6 right now. How is it, ma'am, that I can do a live with my tarot cards and I can sit there and talk to people for like 30 minutes and time will just fly by before I even start my readings? And I can do a 2-hour live and just have fun and talk to people and do the readings. And I've got things to say. And I love talking to my subscribers, but you, much bigger channel, you don't know what to say. How is that possible? How is that possible? That a little teeny tiny channel like mine, like I can talk to people, I can have fun, I can hang out, but you don't know how to do that. It's sad.
I won't be doing mukbangs anymore.
Liar.
If I
Hey, reaction channels, clip that. Timestamp 16 minutes, 47 seconds. Clip that. Save that. She just said, I'm not doing mukbangs anymore. We all know she's going to go back on her word, of course, because Chantal lies, but she's basically gaslighting right here. But she's making a promise to people in her audience right now verbally. I'm not doing mukbangs anymore. No, you're not doing any more, any less either.
eat something on camera, it will be part of like a vlog where I show you what I'm eating.
So you're still doing mukbangs. So you're still going to... I'm not doing mukbangs, but I'm going to continue to eat on camera just as a vlog. Oh, is that because of YouTube? The YouTube kind of put their foot on your neck? And you got to go around the corner to do the same kind of work? Sounds like it.
Because guess what? Fat people have to eat.
You know what? All people have to eat, Chantal, regardless of their size. It's just that some of us choose to eat off camera. We don't make a big spectacle of it. We just eat the doggone meal. You make it into a spectacle. You do.
We eat too, but we don't have to like eat so much, you know.
Right. Well,
Yeah, just fruit and then like salad and like a little bit of chicken breast.
she's not going to be able to stick to that. She's not. I mean, you're already setting yourself up for failure, Chantal. If you want to get on top of your food issue, which I don't think you do, I think it's all just lip service right now. But one of the key elements for getting on top of that is you've got to have a variety of things to eat that appeal to you and that are tasty. You can't just put yourself in a box with some salad and some chicken breast. That'll get old real quick. You may have the best intentions and eat the salad with the chicken. Bored. The mind is going to get bored. It's going to fight you. Your mind's going to be like, we're bored of this. And then you're going to get tempted to eat something you really shouldn't be eating. And then when you go to eat it because it is something different, you're going to go overboard. You think back to when you were eating the healthy meals that were being delivered. And then because of that, you went hog wild and you had a bee moment like you never had before. Remember that? Yeah, that kind of plays into that.
I've been ordering like soups made at like a health place. They're like vegan, but they
Why do you have to order soups? Soups are not that hard to make. Why not make the soups at home? Why not have Salam make the doggone soups? Teach him how to cook. If you can't get up and stand on the stove and make soup, teach him how to do it. Give him a useful life skill.
because I'm trying not to eat like really high saturated fat stuff because my body and high fat stuff is not good. And skinny beesin. So I order like spinach soup made with like cashew instead of like cream.
Who wants to bet that like all of this right now is for Salah? Maybe he's putting the pressure on her to get healthy. Maybe he's getting sick and tired of not traveling because of her. But she doesn't really want to travel. But all that she's saying right now, it's basically for him. But how much y'all want to bet that she's saying all this right now and she might eat the healthy food in front of Salah, but as soon as he walks out the door to go to the red room, she's ordering more food. You know, she's putting on appearances that she cares about her health and she really doesn't.
Stuff like that with a bunch of herbs. Just stuff like that. Well, nobody gives a shit what you think, Heidi.
Woo!
Luckily,
I guess there was a super chat that got deleted because I looked around. I'm like, who is she yelling at? Some snarky super chat. Snarky Chantal.
for us. I had a kidney infection.
No, you didn't.
Like urinary infection or whatever you want to call it. Watermelon. Watermelon is so hydrating. It's so good for you. Fruit is not like I'm trying not to eat like really.
Okay, before I forget, I'm so sorry I didn't mention this earlier, but there's something else that might be triggering Chantal. Chantal is someone that she's not someone that will look at someone or something and motivate herself to go after it. She's got determination. It's just that she uses it the wrong way. She puts her focus on the wrong things and the wrong people. But one of the things that has happened is Charlie Gold got on her channel, and Charlie looks great. She looks very healthy. She's lost some weight, looking very fit. And Chantal knows about this. I'm sure she's seen it, heard about it. And again, Chantal covets what other people have. And I'm sure that's, burning her britches that here's someone she doesn't like, looking well, looking very well, and she's still sick. So that might be another trigger on top of all the other triggers with Chantal.
Sweet fruit like bananas and mangoes and stuff right now until I get my insulin resistance a bit more under control. But some fruits, yeah, I've been eating. I guess the first thing I started eating was, I think it was the grapefruit, kiwi.
And she's going for all the fruits. She's going for all the sugary fruits. Grapefruits, citric acid, Chantal, bad for your stomach. Very bad.
And then Salah picked me up some. Oh my gosh, and they were so expensive. Like they were they were like $9 a container. Okay, and he got me.
I mean, the argument could be made, considering the garbage that she's been eating, like fruits are a better option, and you would be right. But still, even as a diabetic, you got to be careful with the fruits and the sugar content. And she's still a carb addict. Okay, sugar, carbs together, same thing. Like carbs turning into sugar. She's addicted to sugar, sweets, carbs. She's not getting the sugar from sodas, but she's getting it from fruits.
A container of blueberries, fresh blueberries, and a container of fresh raspberries. I swear there was no candy on earth that was better than that. Oh my god. It was so good. Right, babe? Yeah, teardrop fruit's always expensive, especially berries, like here. Berries are not, and I remember in like Canada, it's like gonna be berry season soon, and you just go and pick your own berries or buy like baskets of berries at farms. Need to cut back on the cheese. I haven't had like any cheese, Kitara.
Lies detected.
Hi, Sandra.
The cheese queen not getting any cheese. Lies detected.
I'm probably not gonna have much cheese ever. Like really, honestly, it's gonna be
More lies detected.
like very rare. Like I don't even like when I think of cheese, I don't even feel well. Like I don't know.
I just had a thought, and it could be nothing. It could be absolutely nothing. I could be this could maybe a stretch, a reach, a theory, whatever you want to call it, but it's just something I'm wondering. I'm wondering if she's being manipulative here. That she's trying to manipulate more money out of the feedy people that like her content, like putting out the vibe of like I'm so sick and I can't do it anymore and I'm done with all this stuff. And maybe she's hoping that some of the feedy people will go, "We miss you, Chantal, and we'll pay you more money. Instead of paying you X amount, we'll pay you X amount." And then she goes, "Okay, I will do it." Trying to manipulate more money out of people with that fetish. I'm just wondering.
My body was really sick.
Your body is still very sick.
So hopefully it stays that way. I don't know, but I feel like some kind of like detox away from
Oh, boom. So Melanie Jill 4 says, "You said you had soup with Parmesan, though, right?" So I thought you said you weren't going to do cheese anymore. Parmesan cheese is cheese, Chantal, you liar.
like think of any addiction you have. If it's drugs, if it's alcohol, you need to detox from it. And
Chantal, you are an extreme case. You need therapy. You need inpatient. You need to be in an environment and around people that you cannot manipulate or lie to, that you cannot have any kind of power over, people that will tell you no. People that can take control of this out of control behavior because you can't control yourself. And you coming on YouTube as someone that you have been a food addict for well over 2 decades and trying to put out this vibe, this message of I've been a food addict for years. Years. It was out of control. And all it took to fix it was just not eating for 4 days is bullshit. It's a bad message and it's a wrong message. You're putting out misinformation. You're not cured of anything. You're not in recovery for anything. You've not detoxed from anything. You're trying to act like you know what's best for you. You don't know. An out of control, impulsive person with no correct mechanisms or tools for dealing with things or people or situations, you are not on top of anything. Something is on top of you. You're not riding the horse is riding you. The addiction is riding you like a donkey. That monkey is on your back, controlling you. Has been controlling you, and you're okay with it. You justify that monkey being there because you think to yourself, oh, like I'm making money with it. It's helping me make money, therefore it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. No one should take what's wrong with them and give it a job and encourage the problem and let the problem get out of control. You did. And now you're dealing with the consequences. You create the problem, then you complain about the symptoms and the problems of the problem, and you wonder why people don't feel sorry for you.
Feel like while the detox is less intense and deadly, if it's food, it's still something you're addicted to. You need to remove yourself from it for a few days. And, you know, I guess you could detox by still eating like only whole food. But since I was sick, I didn't eat. So that helped me, when I finally did have somewhat of an appetite.
So like this person, Monkey D. Luffy, I guess when Chantal did this live stream is 5:44 in the morning where she was. So it's not even 6 a.m. and she's doing this live stream. Okay.
I was craving whole foods.
She's sick. It's not even 6 in the morning. She should be in bed getting some rest, and she's up really early in the morning for some reason.
Wasn't craving noodles or chocolate cake.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. But that bee monster is going to whisper in your ear. It's going to say, hey, Chantal, you've been a good girl. Let's party. Come on. You haven't been to McDonald's in so long. You know it tastes good. Come on, just one more round. One more fast food funeral. What do you say? Say goodbye in the proper way. If you're going to stop, let's go all out. Your mind will justify it. It will.
Like just the thought of those foods, like a bite of a chocolate cake probably would taste so sweet right now, or a potato chip would be like.
And okay, you know what? She's bringing up something. Something's entering my mind as we speak. So whatever it is you do that you use to get high or to get a rush or a kick out of, it is possible to build up a tolerance to whatever that thing is. In Chantal's case, over the years, I have seen her always chasing the tail of the dragon, always bouncing from one type of high to another, because whatever she does, she gets obsessed over. She does too much. She'll chase her tolerance all the way up until where she can't feel anything anymore. And then she'll back off of that and jump over to something else, get high off of that for a while. And then once she feels like her tolerance is lowered, she'll go back to that original thing. So why does that matter here? Well, it is possible that with her problem with fast food, because she eats so much of it, she stopped getting the kick and the rush and the dopamine from that ages ago. So to bring some of that back, she had to back off a little bit on that. So the next time she does it, she can get high again. That might have happened. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I've been noticing for a while that you could tell by her face she's not getting the same dopamine rush kick. She'll just bite into something and waiting for it to happen, and it doesn't happen.
Extra salty. You know what I mean? Thank you for the super chat. A social media level withdrawal. Thanks, Mila.
People are saying that's why I think an inpatient program would be good for you. It would be. But she would never go to inpatient because you can't take your camera into an inpatient and film everybody else. You can't film other patients and violate their privacy. If she went into inpatient, she had to listen to doctors and nurses and therapists and people like that. She's not ready to listen. She would never go into inpatient because she cannot monetize her time there, and she can't treat the whole place as her personal YouTube studio.
The cartoon image of you very thin. But yeah, I do fast. I do fast. I don't eat very much right now.
Right now, just wait.
Like maybe one day I'll just have juice and
sugar water. So of everything you could eat, let's soak up the juice, sugar water for a diabetic. Oh, that's just so smart.
Water and a bit of fruit.
More sugar. So sugar water plus more sugar. What the hell? For a diabetic?
Today I'll be really hungry for something more substantial. Then I'll have a normal small meal, that kind of thing, But has it made you consider being vegan? It's made me consider eating more whole food, fresh plant-based food, incorporating in my diet.
She's already tried that. She tried the vegan thing. It did not work for her. She already tried that. She's tried doing the water fasting. That failed. She tried the vegan food. Failed with that too. She tried the Ozempic. That failed with that. The only way she lost weight was on the that stuff. The stuff she did with Natter. The stuff that made her excited to go to the outhouse. That stuff. She actually lost weight on that. And I know why. Because the Coca-Cola, she's got a powerful problem with food. She's obsessed with food. She's even said she thinks about food 24/7. So because you got an extreme obsession with food, it's going to take something equally as powerful to make you stop thinking about it and just crave those urgings for food. Plus, there was the added bonuses of the Coca-Cola gave her energy to be up all night and streaming all day and all night. It made her feel a bit happy. It put her mood was much more elevated. So she, it stopped the cravings for food to where she wasn't eating so much. It gave her the energy to get up and do stuff. The crash from it was horrible. She would get the natitude. Everybody remembers the natitude. The crash afterward was just, she'd be in the nastiest mood. But that was the only thing that worked. Everything else she tried failed.
Diet with some flexibility, not total.
And she was trying to use the Coca-Cola to lose weight. That's a very dangerous way to lose weight. But what basically countered that was she would do the Coca-Cola all day and all night. And then when she wanted to come down and go to sleep, she would take way too many edibles, which would activate the bee monster. And then she would go on a bee moment for hours. So she was trying to stop herself from eating all day, but then the moment she took those edibles, the beam monster would come out of the cage, say, "Hey, I'm here at the party, let's go." And she would consume thousands of calories before bed.
Hey, Melly. Thank you. Hey, Lisette. There was no blood in my pee, no. Yeah, that makes it hard, teardrop. Yeah, it does. But really, it's become a thing to indulge instead of fuel for our bodies. Melanie, it's like I said, like this just like really took the. Hey, Richard, I'm okay. How are you doing? It took like a veil, like it unveiled like the mania of just like it's really like getting a fix. That's all it is.
Yep. It's how she gets high. Said that, called it ages ago, and a few other people too. It's how she gets high. When she gets on camera eating the way she does, she's a food addict and she's indulging in her addiction in full view of the public. She's literally getting high in front of people and expecting compensation from YouTube and the viewers on YouTube. Absolute madness. But thank you for confirming, Chantal, for coming out of your own mouth, admitting that you're an addict and you're getting your fix in front of people. And you wonder why everybody has a problem with your content. You wonder why. It's because you're hurting yourself. And you expect to be paid for hurting yourself. Man, nobody should be paying for that. Nobody.
It's really just like salads are endless. You're right, and like just like a whole bunch like chopped salads, and like there's so many different.
You know, I don't want to hear none of this about salads are great, and I love I don't want to hear it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. I'm not believing none of this. I'm not. I'm not, and I will never believe that Chantal is serious about what she's saying until I see something radically different. I will not believe that she has crossed that fence and gotten to the other side until she gets on camera and I can see in her eyes that she's had that breakthrough moment where the ego is broken down. It's broken all the way down. And she's coming on camera and just being real and being truthful and putting things out there and confessing to all her bullshit. I haven't seen it yet. I see ego holding on to her, embracing her. It continues to embrace her because she embraces it back. She's hiding behind her ego. That's her mask. If she were really done with this mad eating of hers, she would come on camera and curse out all of the feedy people. Start naming names. Just go all the way off. Have a moment of self-disgust and disgust in general for all the people that come onto her channel and promote her to be unhealthy. Just go all the way off. Go classic Chantal, vintage Chantal, if you will. Curse those people out, Chantal. Name some names. Go ahead. You're done with them? Be done with them. Get on your channel and say, F you, all of you feedy people. You come to my channel wanting me to hurt myself. You don't want to see me eat healthy food. You don't care about me. You care about your doggone fetish. And you want me to end up in the hospital. Screw you. I am not here to die for your entertainment. So F off. That's what you would do. Nope, not doing it.
Salad recipes out there, and they're so delicious looking. I don't know. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I really love salad. So, anyways, my focus is
I could say something really bad. You know what? I'm going to anyway. I was gonna say Pardon me for my lewdness, y'all. The salad you're putting in your mouth is not the salad you want to put in your mouth. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to the corner.
Is going to be myself and my health. Because health is wealth.
Yeah, well, you're right. Health is wealth, but you have no wealth. You're bankrupt. You're bankrupt.
I use the bathroom. Sorry, I might have to run to the bathroom often because of my...
Oh, who cares? Shut up. Shut up. And she's gone to the bathroom.
Like a normal long pee. Like,
Why do we need to, why does she need to describe her experience peeing with all of us? Do we need to know this? Is it important to know?
when I had the infection at the beginning, babe, I TMI, but when I had the infection at the beginning, it felt like only a few like drops were coming out. It felt like thick sludge or something, and it smelled like hickory barbecue.
What? What? What are you saying? Oh, that's disgusting. No. I like barbecue. And I'm not going to stop liking barbecue just because she said that, but it's how can you compare an infection in your hoo-ha? You're still comparing it to food. How does that even work? What are you putting down there that makes it's making it smell like hickory barbecue? The fuck? What is wrong with you? You know what? Forget I asked that question. Never mind. I don't want to know why it smells like that down there. I don't want to know what you do in your off time, Chantal. I forget I even asked that question. Just leave it as no comment, okay? But I'm I'm mad because I love barbecue, and then I was gonna make some barbecue noodles this tonight. Not right now. Not right now. No.
It was gross. Smelled like hickory barbecue almond smokehouse almonds. Yes, I don't have any more diseased piss. Woo! My book.
Yeah, I think she's just saying that for shock value, but still, that's it. She's got food on the mind. That's all it is. She's got food on her mind.
Hey Ned, macabre gypsy. Celebration. Yeah. That was good. That was awesome.
You know, she's trying too hard to be funny. She's trying too hard to be quirky and funny, and she's making stuff up. Because that's what she does. She makes stuff up.
Sorry. If you've ever had a really bad UTI or kidney infection, your urine is, I don't know.
Ma'am, I've had UTIs and I've had kidney infections, and never once did it smell like that. Never. Like, so what are you doing? How are you doing over there?
Oh, it stinks. It's disgusting. You feel diseased and keep taking the meds. Oh yeah. I'm not even half done then. Sorry guys. You know me, TMI. Hello, Mom Corner.
Well, I mean, I'm not a nurse. I have a medical question. I know there might be nurses or doctors or stuff on my subscribers that might watch this react. So since I'm not an RN, I don't have a medical degree. Maybe Life and Vibe can answer this one. Chantal revealed that she went to the doctor and there were is it ketones or proteins in her urine not too long ago. Would that make the urine smell bad? I know that urine can smell bad due to, say, things you eat or drink or medications. Would things being in the urine that normally are not supposed to be there, like salt or whatnot, would that cause it to smell bad?
Well, that was disgusting.
Was
Sorry.
you ruined barbecue for me today, bitch? How dare you?
Snoozy. Ugh. No, it's a wake up call to get better, so I don't have to use the friggin' healthcare system all the time. I don't know. Yeah. I want
Man, there's some weirdos in her chat. There is some weirdo fetish people. That's another thing. Can we talk about this? And I'm sorry, I apologize ahead of time. Just she talks a lot about urine and peeing and pooing, and those things are fetishes too. And I wonder if she's doing it on purpose, for the purpose of people being in her chat that might have those fetishes, that might ask for certain content from her. And case in point, here's this person in the chat, Mommy Issues 1978 Neon, saying, I wish we had heard it. Why would you want to hear Chantal peeing? Do you have a pee fetish, sir? Is that why you're on Chantal, to attract many different fetish groups? There's a fetish for everything in the world, and Chantal's catering to certain ones.
to, like, I don't know.
Gross bitch. She's supposed to be sick. She coughed only once, and she's sitting here on a 2-hour live laughing like a maniac. Can you do that at like 6 o'clock in the morning, being deathly sick? I don't think so. You know, thinking back to the last time that I got sick, if it's early in the morning and you just got up, like it takes a little while to kind of, blow your nose and get some coffee or something in you and start to feel moderately better. Maybe hop into the shower and clear that stuff out of your throat and your nose. So how in the world is she up at early in the morning and she sounds fine? If you're sick, if your immune system is compromised, like it takes longer to get yourself together.
Sorry, I grossed out Vanessa. All the emojis are all barf face. I'm just saying, your pee, the pee is healthier, which is nice. It's the worst ever.
Well, stop drinking all that doggone sugar, Chantal. Back off on the sugar, back off on the caffeine, drink more water, take care of your kidneys.
But it's because I've just been like loading my body as a diabetic. Yeah, babe. Did you get a Twisty Misty, Sabre? Twisty Misty. They're all green. Nice.
And she loves that. She loves grossing people out. She loves to gross people out. That's why when she was back at the villa, she would burp and fart and pick her nose and pick her ears and eat her boogers and live in filth. She did everything to gross people out. Everything. She loved it. She loved that negative response.
Nelly, congrats as well. 5 emotions in one sentence.
Oh,
Kidneys. So they look like kidney beans. Water is the best. Yeah, and I'm drinking like low sodium water because like mineral water is apparently not great if you're fighting a kidney infection. Cranberry is very good for your bladder and kidneys. They're very sour. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Charles. It's so cool how they're like shaped like kidney beans. Yeah, you're better to buy the beans in bulk. They're cheap.
Okay, she's getting a bit boring. Moving on.
Like, I'm so pale and I look like I've aged about 20 years.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chantal. I saw the newest live. You look terrible. You look like death warmed over. And that's putting it nicely. You don't look healthy. You look tired. You look haggard. You look bloated. You look like you need to go to the hospital.
I don't know. I need to really like getting back on track sucks when you've been like just sleeping for days and days. Yeah, there you go, babe. Yeah, it's rich in minerals. Oh, okay, in Mecca. Yeah. So it's a well in Mecca. And cry, wow. I would be bawling at this age. For real. Wow.
We're going to jump ahead.
Being, unhealthy mukbangs and being like, I can eat what I want, even though I have diabetes, like an idiot. It'll be healing my body.
Okay, now I'm going to address this comment. Y'all look down here at the bottom. Here is Salty Salah commenting, talking about Skinny Queen. Salah and Chantal. Salah says, the nerve to call herself skinny. The nerve of you calling yourself a man. Salah. The nerve of you calling yourself a man. When you can't even cook for yourself, you can't clean, you're not a good provider. You attached yourself to Chantal to make your way because you're too lazy and too vain to go out and get a job. You're not independent in any way. You're letting her control you. So who are you to throw insults around? Leave Skinny Queen alone. Leave her alone. And since we're here, and we are here, I'm going to bring something up. Something that was said, something that you said. You said long ago that you thought a woman that was 200 pounds was a cow. Wasn't that your words? Like, a woman who's 200 pounds is too big for you. Yet here you are with Chantal, who's 500. So I can only imagine how you feel about her. Are you sure you want to go in at other people's weight, Salah? When you're being an enabler to someone with a food addiction, you bring them the food, you enable what's going on here, you don't walk away when you should. Sit down, be quiet, boy.
Body and losing weight and yeah, feeling great. Kind of crap like that. The nerve to call herself skinny. Yeah. Yep. You're not.
And he's attacking the fact that Skinny Queen calls herself Skinny Queen. What about food? The name Foodie Beauty. Can we talk about that? She's neither a foodie nor now has any beauty. If there were two words that never should have been put together for her, it was those two. A foodie, a true foodie, is someone who is very passionate about food. Very passionate. They want to know where something is sourced. They want to know if it's wine, they want to go to the place where the grapes are grown. They want to know the variety of the grapes. They want to know all about the soil. They want to know about the growing season. They want to know where that wine is being bottled and with what materials. If they eat a meal, they want to know about all the components on the plate. That is a foodie. She's not a foodie. She eats fast food. And she's got that inner ugly, which means she's not really beautiful. So he wants to attack Skinny Queen over her name. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You're living off of a woman who calls herself Foodie Beauty? Yeah, be quiet. Be quiet, Salah. You got nothing to say.
You're not going to see me doing live streams on people if I'm in the 300s and commenting on other women's weight. It's not going to happen because you know why? I'm not an idiot.
Oh, yes, you are. Chantal, if you lost a tremendous amount of weight, like for real, if you lost, say, 50 pounds, for real, you'll be the first to get on a scale, put your phone down at the number, and flip us all the bird and go, suck it, haters. Because you are spiteful, because you are vengeful, because you look for any and all opportunities to shove things into our faces. You want to get the one up on girl world so bad. But you'll never get that because you're not committed to your health. You're not committed to taking care of yourself. And you get mad at people in the community that are committed to their health, that are actually doing something. You get mad over them committing to themselves and doing the self-care, the care that you do not give yourself. Jealousy and insecurity get no one nowhere. They are ugly, ugly creatures that make the worst of friends.
Cook without butter. Ugh, don't even talk about butter. Butter, cheese, greasy effing food makes me sick. Honestly, it does. It makes me feel like I'm gonna barf. You need to eat healthy too. It's so dang. I know it is. Yeah, it's expensive because like you.
Teardrop, sit down. Saying we need to eat healthy too, but it's too dang expensive. Ma'am, think your way around the problem. You can go to a dollar store and there's all kinds of staples there for cheap. And then whatever you can't find there, you can go to the big box stores and get the rest and make all kinds of good stuff. Using simple ingredients, you can make soups and stews and meals. Why am I telling you this? Why am I being helpful? I don't like you. You suck. Maybe I'm saying it because you're trying to say, oh, we can't eat healthy. And I'm calling bullshit on it when I know better. Maybe that's why. I'm not doing it to be helpful. I'm just pointing out how wrong you are. If you have a problem, you can find a solution if you look hard enough.
Have to, eat enough fruits and vegetables for it to be fulfilling, like for it to be satisfying, for it to be, you know, you know what I mean? So you have to buy a lot of them, and they are expensive, especially fresh. I guess you could buy frozen. Like I buy a lot of frozen stuff, especially broccoli. They always have, excuse me, sale on frozen broccoli. I love broccoli. I'm gonna be eating a ton of broccoli.
Enjoy all the gas, Salak. That's going to make her real gassy, bro.
This
She's going to hotbox the apartment.
health arc find it go crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what, Macabre? I actually really don't like couscous. I don't know why. I've tried to like it, but I just don't. I know it's weird, eh? I have no ulcers. You mean like skin ulcers? No, I don't have any. That feeling will go away and you need to be prepared. Yeah, I think it will like sort of go away if I start slowly reintroducing little bits of the bad foods, toxic foods, hyper palatable foods in my diet. If I don't, like if I leave them out, I don't think it will.
You're already setting you're already giving yourself an out. You're giving yourself an excuse. Well, if I just start introducing all of the naughty foods in, just introducing them, that makes it okay. You tried that before. Look what happened. You're already giving yourself an out to eat the naughty food, Chantal. Just stop. Just stop. You want to come online? You want to cater to the feedy people? You want to do your mukbangs? Go ahead. Stop lying about it, though. Stop treating the audience like they're dumb. Just be above board with everything.
Will be as bad. You know what I
I mean, all of these gymnastics for what? For what? Just be above board with about things, you know? Just be honest with yourself.
mean? S tier veggie. More of Kuwait, sure.
Moving ahead.
Yeah, inshallah, it will happen for real now. I can't afford for it not to, that's for sure. You know, it's definitely time. It's been time, but it's, yeah. Instant gratification, yeah.
You know, and again, I'm not going to believe that Chantal is serious about getting better until she leaves Kuwait and she comes back to Canada and she checks herself into inpatient and she starts going to therapy. As long as she remains in an unhealthy environment where she is being enabled and helped to harm herself, she's a lost cause. Period.
True. That too. Yep. Mm.
So much
Take
debt
care.
here.
Remac. Hi from Brian and Kevin from Arcadia.
Moving ahead.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about, poorly pigmented. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know, A, what the rumor you're talking about is, and mutual client? Client of what? Are you going to sign up for those?
Woo, she's defensive. Somebody, a certain somebody, is saying that this person who caters to the feedie fetish has a client that also goes to foodie. That they have a shared client. I have my doubts about this individual. I really do. I have my doubts because if this client were for real, would this client want this other individual putting their business out on Front Street and kind of exposing them? Absolutely not. And considering that this client is into the alleged uh, immobile fetish, there's the feedie fetish, and then there's the different subfolders, like the gainers who want you to gain weight. Then you've got the immobilizers that they're all about. Their thing is making you immobile. They want to see you immobile. They want to see you off your feet. They want to see you have trouble doing the simplest of things. So if this individual who has the client as well as foodie, uh, if that is his angle on that fetish, how is he going to her too if she's not catering to that fetish, that particular side of the fetish? And foodie is like, why would he be happy with her not catering to it and still be talking to her and paying her as well as foodie? And why would a client tell this other woman that he's talking to foodie? I mean, clients normally don't do that, I would imagine. Like put their business out there like that. Tell one girl that they're talking to another girl and how much they're paying her. That's just very unusual, very odd, very weird.
Meal delivery, sir. No. No. They don't give you enough salad. So I'm gonna just, but the portions are probably gonna be like that. I see that they were enough. Before I used to think these are nothing. Could eat the whole box in one sitting. Ugh, lobster. Bleh. How can she? I don't know. The thought of like gluey white gummy pasta and bread and anything like white gummy gluey gluteny food right now just makes me want to throw up. I don't know. It's gross.
So Catsy says, so do you want us to stage an intervention if you slip, read you letters and all that? No, she's basically just setting up the chat for raging at them later. She's gaslighting. She's making all these verbal promises to y'all. I'm going to get better. oh, I can't stand fast food now, blah, blah, blah. And then when she does eat the fast food, and she will, she wants to be able to have an outlet for her rage. So anybody coming forward and saying, hey, wait a minute, you said you were going to get healthy, she's going to say, I'm going to do what I want. She wants a reason to yell at people. So she sets the stage for that to happen. She's going to insist, I never lied to you guys. I just changed my mind. I'm allowed to change my mind.
Stage an intervention. Yeah, sure, Catsy, definitely. You guys have to tell me I'm a stupid effing idiot if I ever.
Why do they even have to tell you? Why does the audience have to keep you on track? This is your life. These are your health problems. It's your addiction. You got to take control. You're not going to listen to anybody anyway.
Eat any of that shit again. What? I don't know. Hiding on for the tab. What are you talking about? All that feeder stuff is stupid.
Did she really just say that? I mean, I do agree with you, Chantal. It is like there's lots of fetishes in the world. That's one I have a big problem with, because on the extreme side of it, it involves somebody hurting themselves and hurting their health. And I'm not on board with that. I'm not on board with anything that means somebody is hurting themselves in some way. Like, seriously. But you cater to those people, the extreme people. That's what they come to you for. You made your channel all around that, all about that. You have many people over the years buy you things, send you things, pay for meals. The Lakma fairy, the person that paid you to eat paneer for over a month, the person who bought that wooden spoon and the wooden fork because he couldn't stand to hear metal forks and metal spoons on your plate. The people that paid you for requests, the people that bought you clothes. All that. You cater to them. That was your clientele, still is.
I don't know what you're talking. I poorly pigmented. The fact that I don't know what you're talking about should give you your answer.
Oh, like she just, like pleading the fifth. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. Chantal, you were caught on a feedy site with a profile. Kiwi farmers saw it, posted it. The moment you found out they did, you got rid of the profile. So you're looking for those people. You are. You're seeking them out to get paid.
I hate that show. Me too. I won't block you. No, right now. No, I have been eating, Joanne. Like when we order stuff, like I talked about what I've been ordering. Like instead of like making my own rotisserie, I can't. There's no way I want to cook right now. There's so much cleaning I have to do in my stupid kitchen before I get from being sick, and just like I have to.
Wait, stop right there. Stop. If you're sick and if you've not been cooking and you're just eating fruit, how messy can the kitchen be? Like how much of a mess is it exactly? I mean, you're making no sense.
To get reorganized into everything. So like I did like a grocery order where we get like, water, no added sugar, juice, like cranberry juice, like I said, some fruits and stuff like that, like little vegetables, like cucumbers and stuff.
Ready, set, freeze.
Okay, this thing. Gee, loyalty Beezer, 26
Well,
sour apples. That's the only sugar I eat is from fruits.
yeah, well, you don't need to be eating that much sugar. You really don't.
Okay, goodbye, Ghostface. Yeah, I probably do need it.
Yeah, this has come up before. There's talk about getting a maid. I think it's ridiculous to get a maid for a 1 bedroom place. I mean, that's insane. Like, just why? And Chantal doesn't like women anyway. And she's very protective of her space. She doesn't want anybody coming into her space. How is she going to feel comfortable with A, another woman in her space, B, another female around? Like, she doesn't want anybody to see her. She doesn't want another set of strange eyes on her, even if that person is just there doing a job. And that's all they're there to do. They're not there to bother her. Like, this talk about the maid. You know, why can't Salah clean up? I mean, how bad is it? It must be pretty bad. Why can't he sweep a floor or scrub a toilet or, like, it's ridiculous. You got two people. If one person is not able to clean, the other person can. Just do some basic cleaning. Save the money on the maid.
Why can't he? He's not a maid either. He's not. It's not like it's not his role.
You know what? He's an adult though, right? The role of an adult is to take care of yourself. To take care of yourself, you got to clean, you got to cook, you got to know how to do your own laundry and do it. You got to take care of responsibilities. What a useless man Salah is. He can't cook, he doesn't clean, not a good provider. What exactly does he freaking do? He's not useful at all. That would explain why nobody in Kuwait has married him up. That's why no expats want him, because they saw him coming a mile away.
Cleaning is not his role. He does help as much as he can. He helps me with stuff. Like, he was waiting.
If it's, according to Chantal, it's the woman's role to clean, even though, in my opinion, you're an adult. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Take care of yourself. You got to learn sometime. But according to Chantal, it's the woman's role to clean, but yet she's not cleaning. So Salah's role should be the breadwinner, the provider. He's not providing. And her role should be to be the one to take care of the house. She's not doing that. So neither one of them are taking care of each other in the way they're allegedly supposed to.
On me hand and foot when I was sick in bed and couldn't move, but he's not going to start scrubbing the bathrooms and cleaning the floors. And no, we'll just get a maid. Grapes. I saw a recipe for like sweet and sour grapes. Oh my!
Shut up with the grape talk.
My husband cleans dishes. I have to rewash because they're still dirty. Really? Yeah, exactly. Y'all don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You have no right to judge. Exactly. Actually, Snoozy, a lot of
Cat C says it's foolish not to have all basic skills. You don't have to scrub the floors, but you should know how. I agree.
families have maids here to help out with that. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, but so she's saying that Salah grew up in a house where the maid took care of a lot of things. Yeah, but he's no longer at his family's house, so shouldn't he be learning how to take care of himself since the maid is not around?
The task is usually on the woman, and
Yeah, but you're not doing anything. So he's failing at his role of being the breadwinner and provider, and you're failing at your role for, maintaining the nest.
I guess the husband probably helps out here and there, but no, they're female maids. Julia is. I don't know if there's male maids. I don't think so, Ava. Are there male maids here? I don't know. The because there are male nurses. Julia's, I don't even know where she is. She's probably in the window. The sun's out. She's probably looking like when she sits on, when you look at her side profile, she looks like the Sphinx with a missing nose cuz she's a freak.
Shut up with the baby talk, Chantal.
Celebrities have moods cuz they're lazy as hell. And they're just also super busy. Like they're super busy, and they're, have you seen their mansions? Who the hell? There's no way if you buy a $4 million mansion and it's like the size of 12 regular houses that you're gonna be.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not living in a mansion, Chantal. You're living in a one bedroom. And it's not as if there's one or both partners that they're busy professional people and they're going out all day and they don't have time to come home and clean. That would make sense to have a maid in a situation like that, but what excuse do you have? What excuse does Salah have? You guys don't live that life. You don't have the reason to have a maid.
Be able to clean that thing. You need an entire staff, basically.
Yeah, but you don't need an entire staff.
You need an entire staff if you're a celebrity.
But you're not a celebrity.
You know? Crazy. I guess it would feel like living in a hotel all the time because I guess like your home feels like your home in a personal way because of how you care for it. Like, you clean it a certain way, this and that, you know?
Well, you got a really bad track record with any place you've ever lived. Let's go back in time and do a count of where you lived and the conditions it was in. You lived with BB, and you were such a sloppy, disgusting person that because of you hiding pizza boxes in the closet and just leaving food everywhere, there was a roach infestation. That was not BB's fault. That was yours. You being just a sloppy, nasty person. So there was that. And then you moved into the villa, and we saw what happened there. Garbage and clothes everywhere, dirty litter boxes, mummified food, fruit flies, moldy pots, rotten food in the fridge so bad you could smell the rot even with the door closed. I mean, it was nasty. Nasty. And more embarrassing, you asked your own mom to come and clean your room with it looking like that. You had garbage so thick on your floor, you were using a garden rake to get it up. And now here you are in Kuwait talking about getting a maid. So I imagine the place is disgusting. I mean, because why else would you talk about a maid?
I would buy a maid if I was rich too.
You don't buy a maid, Chantal. You don't buy people. You don't own people. Understand? Now let's get that straight.
I mean, we're not rich, but you don't have to be rich to, you know, hire help once in a while.
I just can't see Chantal being that person that if she did have a maid or maids, she would be that nightmare client, that she would be abusive to those people or that person, be a complete freaking nightmare. That would be really, really cheap in paying the people for their work, not giving proper compensation, and expecting way too much.
Not really. Will you stay in the house if the maid comes? I don't know. That's why I haven't gotten one yet. I don't know like what I would do. It's like awkward. Like I would just say that I'm pretty sick and yeah, I don't know. It's their job, They do it every day. And so Would I stay in the house? Probably. Just so, like, if they have questions, you know. Or maybe I'll just put all the cleaners out, like, in the front of the room and be like, I don't know. It's so dumb. Sick, normal people need a maid more than anyone. Anyone mad about it is just jealous they can afford it. Or just really being irrational. Like,
Okay, you know what, Chantal? This react is almost at almost 3 hours, so I think we'll cut it off here. I still got to go over the other one. If there's anything important that I'm missing, I'll probably find it on Twitter, and I'll do it as part of the Twitter updates later. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.